When the Panchen Lama dies, most of the time, according to Tibetan Buddhism, now, by the way, I'm not giving you a lecture on Tibetan Buddhism. So, don't be mistaken that today you're going to study about Tibetan Buddhism 101. I'm just bringing a point across, so to just give you some background information about all this. So when a high-ranking lama or monk dies, their bodies are usually embalmed, and most often it is never cremated, but just kept for preservation. So in this Shigatse, in the very center of the temple, is a golden glass structure in which is kept the embalmed body of the Panchen Lama. So the body is still inside, and they embalm it around and made a statue of him. And the Tibetan people come to pay their respects as well as pray to him. So this is the background. So one day, I was there, and I noticed this young woman with a newborn baby. You see the baby, you can know whether it's newborn or old born, right? Why are you laughing? Don't you know the difference? Newborn, old born? All of you are old born. So this is newborn. And the mother had cuddled the baby, so much so it looked like an Eskimo because of the temperature and the climate in Tibet, So they cuddled the baby, and around the perimeter of that main center, there are many, many Tibetan scriptures, all encased in the wall. Hundreds of scrolls, they're all put along the wall. And to prevent people from coming near to the center of the structure, there is a gateway. So a gateway, wooden gateway all along the perimeter of the wall, bookcases, directing the pilgrims to go in a clockwise direction. So this woman, she went down, she went around the clock in clockwise direction, bowing very low so that her head touches the scrolls, like bowing down to kiss and pay respects to the scrolls. So as she was doing, I also noticed she took her baby and made the baby bow down to touch and pay respects to the scroll. So I stood in a corner and I noticed this. The amount of fervor not only the woman has as a Buddhist, but also she was teaching her baby, who does not know anything, how to revere, honor spiritual things. Let me repeat again. From baby, the mother taught the baby how to honor, how to revere, and pay respects to spiritual things. When I stood there and I saw that, two things struck me. Number one, how much do I revere and honor the living God? First, I looked at myself. If we claim that this Jesus Christ is the only true living God and there's no other God beside him, we claim that and we believe that, don't we? Then how much more do I revere, honor this living God? So I stood there for a long time trying to introspect into me to see if I can answer that question. How much Am I doing it? So after I found the answer to that question, I move on to the next question. The next question was, how much do Christian parents teach their children from babyhood the fear of God, the importance of God? How much do we do? The amount of importance that we give to education, teaching our children they should never ever skip school. But when it comes to church matters, we say church can be skipped. You know, have you ever realized when you skip church, you are teaching your children it's okay to skip church. For any kind of mundane, silly reasons, you decide not to go to church today. No need to go today. Can watch online. You know, that attitude. Technology is good, you know. Right now, this conference is televised live on all Angel TV's 12 channels around the world. Technology is good, but it also brings into us a very callous attitude, irreverent attitude towards the living God. We consider Him cheap. If not today, if I don't go to church today, I can watch online. Why go? Why go? Why beat the traffic? You get stuck in the traffic. I got stuck in the traffic this morning, and Pastor Francis was so wondering what happened to me. So he had to call. Where are you now? Right in the tunnel. I have to say, I'm in the tunnel. Just this morning, I meditated about Jonah. Jonah was in the belly of the fish. I was in the belly of the tunnel. Same experience. So how much do we reverence God? How much do we teach our children the fear of God? That no matter what happens, God is supreme. How much are we teaching them? How much are we preparing the next generation for the end times? How much are we doing that? Or are we just simply entertaining church? Very sadly, church today has become a community center of activities. Social clubs. You go to a social club, there is drinking, feasting, there's a band that plays, and then there's so many activities. There's one corner you can throw darts, in another corner you can play cards. Sadly, church has become exactly like that. You rush through a multiple church service. Everything is orchestrated to the right dot, right? 1.5. In another corner, you can play cards. Sadly, church has become exactly like that. You rush through a multiple church service. Everything is orchestrated to the right dot, right? 1.5 hours, everything must finish because the next congregation is waiting to move in. So which means there is no room for you to wait on God to listen to God. No room. No place. We go through a motion of activity. Is that what church should be? a club. So everything sadly becomes a form of entertainment, of force feeding. If you get admitted in a hospital, the doctor comes to see you, right? And then he prescribes medicine. And the dutiful nurses, very dedicated nurses, round the clock they come and check your blood pressure. Whether, even though your pressure is normal, they must come and check. Check your blood pressure, check your pulse, make sure that everything is okay. Even though it is certified okay, they still have to check. And then they come dutifully give you medicine in the morning and in the night. And if the doctor wants you to be injected, they come and give you nice long injection. And they will tell you, look up, look down, look left, look right. While you are busy looking, they inject and they say, bye. See, church has become like that. Everything regimented to the right T. Is that what it is? Why are we here? What's the purpose we are here?